Hey guys, it's Matt. All dressed up on a Saturday night with nowhere to go. Guys, Rob loaded the video to Freevoice, but please stick with me for a few minutes. The follow up video that'll come, say, on Monday about what Rob just put on Freevoice will be, I think, more interesting, way more interesting than the video itself. The video is about a certain bang event. All right, the most ridiculous one of all time, not the Bobby moment. Now, it makes that look legitimate. This one in Texas takes the cake. Not everybody's familiar with it, and I made the video talking to you guys in the beginning, but then in the back end saying, "Hey, if somebody's getting close to waking up to how the world really works, show them this, because their presentation here is so ridiculous." It will put somebody over the top in terms of waking up. It's a certain bang event in Texas. Most of you are familiar with it, but not intimately familiar with it, like the Legolas event in Florida or the gambling town. This was less covered, but twice as ridiculous. But as I'm making the video, again, I made it for the normie. The back end is for the normie, saying, "Hey, show this to your spouse if they're close to coming around." And I know, I hear you yelling at me, like I'm the person that's been saying for years you can't wake anybody up. I know, but it's kind of made for if somebody's close. But then as I'm making it, or as I'm sending it to Rob, and I talked to Greg for 30 minutes, and I'll tell you about that. I said, oh, gosh, I feel that like this is the wrong thing. Like every time we cover in some way these bang events, like we made fun of what was his name from the Vegas gambling town thing. Oh gosh, what was his Mike? Mike, my buddy. We made fun of him, but every time I do this, I feel like I'm being used and played. Like this is exactly what the system wants. So I'm not going to talk too much about it here because you haven't even seen the video yet. But unless somebody's really close to seeing the light, I'm going to almost back off and say, don't show them what I've put on Freevoice or what Rob is loaded to Freevoice. The conversation I had with Greg, we tried to understand exactly what's going on, why an event is presented, followed by complete and utter buffoonery. They can get better catastrophe thespians. Catastrophe, crisis, you know what a thespian is? They can get better people. So Greg and I, we keep hitting this brick wall, like they can do better. The buffoonery and the idiocracy attracts attention in our groups. And then I said, Greg, let's just take this as far as we can down the line of reality. And every single scenario we painted, like we got it wrong, and this is actually real. We painted every single scenario. Every single time we hit a reality breakdown. I mean, a complete reality breakdown where Greg is like, it can't move forward in terms of how they're presenting it without somebody pulling reality buttons and levers, things which we can't even fathom. In every time we hit a wall, and even Greg was kind of saying what I was saying, but he said it first. He said, it can't go farther in its presentation unless it can't go farther in its presentation with known reality just as you're operating in your bucket. Things we think we understand. Every single direction we took hit a wall. And I don't want to get into that now. Just watch the video on Freevoice. But as I was loading it or sending it to Rob, I'm thinking, we're being used here. We're being used to propagate this. And I think for the back end discussion wouldn't make any sense without this one. So watch it. Maybe don't show it to as many people as what I was trying to design it to do. Because, guys, what I was trying to design it to do is I was going against my own, mantra that you can't wake anybody up. Because this event is so absurd, I figured I was looking at all my old clips on the old Mac going, there's nobody that could watch this and believe this happened. I mean, if you're not familiar with it, you'll shake your head and go, they actually made that presentation and the news put that out and they actually, with a straight face, tried to pass that off? Like, what? And it's so bad, I figured nobody could get out the back end and believe it. But from history, we know if I gave this disc to Tony, he would come back to me and say, "Yeah, it's strange, Matt, but what do you think it's fake? I mean, of course it is. It is a little strange, Matt, but of course it really happened. He just got lucky." And they would have a way to explain it away with the excuses. So, guys, I guess I just shut up and please watch the video that's on Freevoice. Again, that's it's a .io after Freevoice. It's not a .com. And the more interesting conversation in comment section will be on Monday when I present the roadblocks Greg and I hit in terms of, oh, this is where reality breaks down. If this is what happened, if this one was real, well, then this is where reality breaks down. We kept hitting the wall over and over. So please check it out, freevoice.io. Thanks, guys.